All right, good evening. Newfound Revelation Part 3, because I had done another part and I looked through my channels. Yesterday, they deleted some videos, so it's an ongoing process. So we're not going to miss out on things. And I left off with the trans, that's the symbol of the beer. Good morning to everybody that I didn't say in the last one. It is 1000 hours, 21 minutes, Sunday, February 24th, 2019. And I explained some things about nobility. The first point, primary point, where is the place? Where is this place located? Black men and women, we burden. We have not accepted the burden from one another. The alphabet, how the letter J was in here, and the semantics, the barter system that became capitalism, the phonetics. So I spelled out the word, the Phoenician, the Greek language, the Semitics, the formal Semitics, and how language was changed. The demon god, the forgetfulness, how to create the process, how they create the process of destruction. What Mary really meant, what Ann is the first name. Adam is not the name of the man. I have not gotten revelation on that yet. The I am is came from Ann, the entity of honor, to give life, to bringing of life, the origin of life. Instead of Eve is not the origin of life, the woman that created life. Anne was the first lady, the first spirit that was given upon to us. But one thing I have left out, what they did since it's a trans, they trying to tell us Anne is evil. That they saying good will become evil, evil will become good. That process have been started in the first century. We are in the 21st. I call it 21st century because I look at understanding with truth. It doesn't make sense. Like two negatives can make a positive. That never would make sense to me. You cannot explain that to me. Just how we are in the year we passed. We about to be. So we are in the 20th century. I stopped saying when we get to the 2100. We still in 2019. That's my fault, and I had to correct myself. I don't know why I kept saying we in the 21st century. Oh, the lady kept saying we in the 21st century. I say how? Now, this is the only reason. And during my research and study and information finding, if the reason we call it 2100, we are in the 21st century because we actually took out a century. Well, actually took out 1,000 years. We should be in the year four. Well, actually took out a couple thousand years. So we should be in the year 4,000. So always learn double what I've been given. And so I don't know about the triple and the quadruple and all that, but I know I should double what I've been given because I'm going to be given 100-fold. 100-fold is always double because we always start at the center mass. Center mass is half. But if you want to fulfill it, you make it whole. So 50 is half, 100 is full. And that's how I look at it. So if we in the year 2019, we should be in the year 4019. So they have subtracted 2,000 years away from us, 2019 years. So we in the year 2019 should be in the year 4019. Then that's how I look at it to explain things to the people that think I'm talking out of my ass or just making this up. As we know, our energies, our vibrations, our plane, our plateau have been weakened. We have no spirituality because we're relying on the law don't determine who we are. The name of who we are don't determine who we are. Our actions and who we are, our character, our going out, our edu, our seeking determine who we are. If you never seek, you will never find. If you never take the time out to research and gain knowledge, you never will begin the process of life. So, with that being said, I explained the origin with the W's and everything, the language. Go look that up yourself. And I always say this to white people. I'm going to get to this towards the end of this. Probably going to go through a little quicker. Not going to take as long as 30 minutes, but you know me. And I say this to the world. And let's keep saying this for a long time, especially this year. We have the inauguration of the president. We have the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Olympics, and other big events that can be nationally televised where the whole world can see. If we really wanted to end war, racism, and poverty, we'd have done that already. That's why when people try to say, I don't have peace, or a man said, I respect that. This is not your path. This is my, I want to let everybody know this is my path. I have easily accepted this path. I'm not going to walk away. I love people. I love myself, and I have love in myself and about myself and surround myself. And that's how I bring who I am. When you disrupt my love, I disrupt your mind. That's when I start questioning your understanding. Because when you start disrupting my mind, when I tell you, so if I talk to single dark women in this world, so we're known as black and African descent. I'm not using black no more. We are dark people. Dark people. And if the woman is single and have a son, she knew good and damn well the man she had a son with wasn't going to be a good father. I asked them, since you know that, why do you have a baby? Because her mind was in manipulation, not love. So that's going to get on to what I'm going to end this with. And it's about to open up a lot of people's mind because we keep failing. We're failing the youth, the next generation, to see how to get inherit. We're looking for other people to notice us. They're not. They don't give a damn. And that's what we got to sink in. School systems, the college institution indoctrination is not for you to have a better life. It's for you to pay them and to go get their information and utilize it. If we boggle down and stick to our guns, we don't need that college. You don't, these guys that created this sentiment of what we call land, they fought and killed for it. They didn't have a college degree. They had a very clever mind. This is what we're not getting. Stop telling these kids education is their path. Knowledge seeking, to pick up a book, understand the book, be able to say this word derived from Old English, that is edu, that is to go edu, mean to go out. Cation is to bring in, to give yourself the most information possible to make the best, and this is where we get lost, decision. It's a decision process. Education is a decision process to make the best sound, moral, ethic, for you decision. If you don't make that, you will not become, you cannot pass nothing to your child because your child won't know what to do. I don't care what you keep saying about this stupid religions. I don't care about no stupid being woke. If you cannot give information to a child that is born to the earth that have no process of making the decision yet, they are not chose. I did not choose to be on this earth, but I'm going to accept whatever the process is. That child have nothing yet when they are coming out of the womb. You made a decision to inseminate that woman. You allowed that man to penetrate you and ejaculate in you. You have to understand, you gave that child life. Without you, that child would not have life. Without you, stop giving this to a power. He's the creator. If he was going to destroy the earth right now, he would have came down during slavery. There's a Holocaust. There was what was we calling it? We was sacrificing people. So you telling me through all of this, we was warring, bodies laying left and right. According to history, that's the truth. And people that I seen it, I went to war. We're killing each other for what? You telling me he didn't come down yet? He's waiting for all these signs in the sky. But the sign is to help us gain more knowledge. Come on, y'all. You got to tell me that your heart and your mind and your spirit, your soul, you cannot sell your soul. You cannot give essence. Your child is your essence. The woman gave life to that child through her essence. The man's seed is part of his essence. We both put in, the burden have stricken both of us, but we don't have to be restricted. We don't have to be constructed. We can structure the way we are supposed to be. This is what I'm getting lost at. We were made warriors, not worshiper, warrior, to fight against. to form a foundation again that is needed to defeat what is going on with our people. We are deluded and we stripped away our power. We are guardians. When I see envision a community, I see a black man, not even with a gun, with whatever weapon you want to our mind. And there's other men that's sitting in the towers. That's saying, yo, I see him coming from miles away. He's an evil entity. He's a person that let's check him out. And we should be able to stop them. No man should be getting in your family and raping these girls. They shouldn't be sex trafficking them. I got an Amber Alert last year in November, and even in January. November was the worst. Within a month, I had got 15 Amber Alerts. In January, within 1 week, I got 5 Amber Alerts for missing dark women. And these women keep saying men ain't no good. What the fuck I'm gonna protect you for? You calling me a piece of shit. You saying I'm not eligible and qualified to get your labia. It's the curtain to your secret place that you don't even hold honor. You showing the whole world your ass on Instagram. I am associated because I process into I support you because I want to support the woman, but knowingly that I cannot support that. If the more I support it, the more that we're going to go away. And this is going to be the final, not the final revelation, but the end of my life today. This right here was just given to me. And this is the thought. And then there was the new football league created. The Alliance AAF, the Alliance of American Football. Now, American football, we already have the national. That's including the black men, the dark men, quote unquote, African descendant men, started by Charlie and Bill Polian. These guys used to be part of the NFL, the National Football League NFLA. It's called the NFLA, the National Football League Association. These clubhouses, the Manchester United, you notice how they are clubhouses and leagues? That's plantation owners by their ancestors. How you think these men are continuing to stay rich? They're not dominant us. They're understanding nobility. That's the inheritance of to become a membership. They're birthed into it. We're not birthed into the wealth. We took our wealth away, and this is going to explain it. The black drop. There is no one rule of you have black in me. Colin Kaepernick is not black. Mariah Carey is not black. And Haitian people that are Caribbean and aren't black, they took out them, they colonized them. And with a mixed biracial man, that's exactly what he is. If you're less than half, to be known as a black, dark person, you have to have more than 65 to 70% of blackanese in you. Blackanoid. I'm not going to call it the Negroids because the Caucasoids are Euro people. You have more Euro than you than the dark in you, the melon in you. You're not one of us. We got to stop aligning ourselves because they are doing it for the sake. Why? I don't need, and this is our sad moment, disheartening. When we go to public and vendor event, we hire white women, Chinese women, and it's 2 black women, but rest is other races. When they create us to be evil. They create us to be evil and demonize us with the stigmas and stereotypes, and we're falling for it. We acting as we can't work together. We arguing and crying over it. I watched the dude. He subscribed to me. I don't know if he subscribed, but he come and watch me, and he's saying dark women and white men are hypocrites. Let them be hypocrites. But you're with a white woman, you with a serpent bearer. So you're no better than that black woman. We are becoming the evil that was created that hated us. Now we are becoming. I know that didn't make sense. Let me say that again. We are becoming the evil that created us to be evil. Now we are the evil. So that's how you work. If you say you are worthless, imagine it's these ladies I'll stop entertaining these women and men, especially as women. Talk about when I feel worthless, I should end my life. They told me, they badmouthed me. I said, okay, I got you. But if you stay that way, you are going to be that way. And I don't. And somebody say commit suicide. You know what I say to them? Go jump. You don't give a damn about your life. Why should anybody else give a damn? I can see a light in you, but you can't. I was saying, damn, that's how I used to be. I wasn't that bad, but I was that bad. I was in a negative zone. I could not break free. People say I don't have peace. No, I want tranquility. I want tranquility so I can be calm and understand so I can receive all this revelation so I can teach the next man. And if I don't have that, who am I? If I don't do what my mission is, I'm capable of, who am I? I don't care if I made $1 billion. I could be in an NBA right now if I stuck to the. And I think about it, but what would that prosper me if I didn't know who I was? So I'll be out there doing and everything. Then later down the line at 50, trying to tell a man, but now I have a clean slate. I can walk up to a young man and say, I never sold a drug. I'm not calling you bad, but that crack made that woman down the street leave her family. That drug is chemical based. They know how to attack. We are warriors. They're attacking her womb. They attacked her mind. They took her out of herself. Not blaming you, but look at who you are and what you're doing. You cannot tell me we calling Nino Mount Brown kingpin. He's not a king. He's in the pen. He's locked up. He's in a one strike zone. He's only going to go one way. His power and ability is only captivated by negativity. And when we get rid of that one drop rule, many of the medical field created the opium. That was the one drop rule was a medical field of opium added in, having nothing to do with race and color. The one drop rule presented in the medical field as opium added in, have nothing to do with race and color. And black dark men, quote unquote, black African descendant men, why we have a hard time with team sports is we should not be on teams. We are meant to be leaders. And if you are on the team sports, you have a spot. So as we call one person greater than the other person, without another person at least. So my right hand and left man, this going to New Jack City, New Jack, hey Jack, we call in jokers the kings. When you play the spades, the hearts, and the diamonds, and the clubs, why is the joker can beat the ace and the king? That's a trend. Not even think about that. The big and little joker beat the king of hearts, the king of diamond, the king of. So there's 4 into 2, but the 2 can beat the 4. But it only can take out 2 at a time. So the joker only can take out, but it's still 2 kings left. So the man and his son, the man and his daughter, that's why fatherless homes is important. If when you have a fatherless home, you take away the 2, because you can't have woman can't be the top seed and the son be the lower. But if she is, the woman got to speak life into her son. We always talk about we speaking life into the king. Well, women, you have a man, you have a son. You shouldn't say man ain't shit. Your son is going to be a man one day. He's a young man at that point. You say, I don't need man. I don't need. So if you don't need man, you don't need your son. This is psychologically programming your son. This is the program you are advertising and you are following and subscribing to. This is the sad moral of the story. And so as we do that, we weaken ourselves thinking we have to be in cahoots with other people. Imagine if the NBA, that's going to use an example, if Steph Curry only stayed on the team with, imagine LeBron on his team. LeBron would dominate the NBA. If you literally keep all the players, if you keep Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans, you keep LeBron on the Cavaliers, you take Kevin Durant, put him back on the Thunder with Russell Westbrook, even if you took James Harden away, or if you put the Oklahoma City Thunder, all those players that's playing now, put them on the back on their teams. I guarantee you will see a different league. It'd be harder for them to cheat. And then now, which we see blatantly, but we only see blatantly when it don't go our way. So we had to create a favorite player. So when a favorite player, your favorite player or favorite team don't get calls, you won't notice it when your team for the last 42 games, your one player average 20 free throws a game, but since he foul out and he don't get the call, now you say they're cheating. See, that's to pit us against each other. That's what leadership, it weakens our mind. Either he's worth those 20 shots, or is he worth that he can get a cause called against him as well? It has to go both in ways. That's the yin and yang. And we have to, they're masquerading our egos and they superstardom. See, stardom. See, anything the word dumb after, we don't have full control over. And then we in this history month called African American History Month. So the people that was here and the people that was brought from Africa was put into slavery. They're trying to make us forget. If I keep hearing, we were never supposed to listen to celebrities. Steve Harvey, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Janelle Monáe, Trissa Thompson, Chili, what's her real name? Shonda something, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. We were never Prince. We were supposed to only get insight from them. If Michael Jackson said, do not join the industry, we were supposed to listen because he knew how he was groomed into the industry. That's when nobility now. You're being a membership. This is when they membership. Now the Michael Jackson families are all members of the nobility class, the classified nobility, the aristocrats. Praise the man was supposed to show him the way, to acknowledge who he is, where he came from, where is he's going, and he's not a child. A man should always be called a man. Do not add on to his first part of his name, or you call him king. You're not. The king of the throne is the Almighty, but we are the seed of the throne. We all are heirs, and the women are the heiresses. So when the woman receives her part of the throne, she has her king. He has his empress. Queen, don't look up the word queen. Queen is not the name, it's empress. I don't use queen, I say empress. Because we are impressed by the king. The knowing of man, the strength of man is the praise of man as king. Opponent is the tango, the Charlie versus the competition. The competition is supposed to strengthen us. The opponent is our trial and tribulation time. So what I mean, competition, iron sharpen iron. By leaving Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant on the same team, they were supposed to sharpen each other. When you sharpen, you get an edge sharp. You get the other side sharp. See, both sides was never sharpened because the other man's ego was not in check. And then the other man didn't realize, I'm a leader too, but it's his turn. He's trying to go. His stop and go is not the same. He's not making bad decisions unless they're truly not of him. We can call them bad decisions because I won't take 1,000 shots. But bad decisions come when you keep doing the same things that's not working. If you're 1 for 22, how can you average the best percentage ever? You took the most shots ever. So let's put numbers together. So if we take the same amount of shots, we all average the same amount. We all have the same average, correct? So now what we're going to do is sharpen each other. So when the game's over, we can say, yo, man, let's go talk. I seen something. And he's like, okay. And when you sharpen him, so we could go Jordan and Pippen. Jordan and Pippen sharpened each other. Jordan just scored. Jordan like, I'm going to take over in the fourth. But Pippen, you get the rebounds, you get the assists, and you get your 30 off top. I'm going to do what I need to do. But that's not how we call it. Because we call Jordan the greatest, but we won't mention Scottie Pippen. How is Jordan the greatest without Scottie Pippen? Because if Scottie Pippen don't get 11 rebounds and 8 assists and 30 points, Jordan 63, 2 and 4 would not matter. Because 63, 2 and 4 is a least clause on the other intangibles that you was needed for a competition. So he would be as any other player now without his left and right hand. He will be weakened. because he only have to be a leader on his own. That's why you need some type of not help or assistance. You need a partner. See, you assist the ball when you pass it, and if the man is in good position, because your eyes and your sight, you allow the development of the play, the formation to work. And he came around and you waited because you had 24 seconds on the clock to get him the ball. But we have 24 hours on the day to get us around where we need to go to get the help and assist that we need, or we can help and assist. So now when he get all them screens and now he's in a place open, he throws him the ball. He can knock down the shot. Now his part of practicing how to release and to shoot is up to him. But I can go help him too, so we can practice and sharpen iron together. And another thing that the creator wanted me to say, the new age women are becoming more and more unattainable based on the dynamics of man and woman, the natural togetherness of one another. We have been plaguing each other, the new age of us, to become less and less efficient of one another. We are now no more needing one another to be the best we can. We are taking on the understanding, I can do this on my own. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman. It is true to so much sense. But then think about your minds and how much dollars you have. Well, the change is that's left over. It has no sense. Think about that again. Think about the dollars in your mind. That's your income you have. The change you have with that amount, it don't make sense. Personal opinions and fake analogies that's been given to me. As in one, I see going back to the women say they don't need a man, or how if a man don't invest in you, well, if I don't invest in my woman, she got to give me something in investment. But if we invested in each other, this is a prime. This is just one, not a prime one. One example. Yes, I have things I need, but we can always be better. I don't care if you make 6 figures a year. Or do your child have an heritage? Your heritage. See, we don't think about our own name as our own entity, but our heritage. I cannot pass down my career to my daughter or my son now, unless the company allowed me to. But that's working for someone else. I'm not my own owner of my own company, my own business. I can't enterprise. I can't franchise my business through my heritage. My heritage is to my family is so when the next person born, my essence of my son or daughter or my family mia, that's why his family is strong. That's why they want to break up our family and we kill each other, because we cannot create a heritage. We keep telling people heritage and heritage on the pass down. No, you're passing down money. Money is not worth unless you have a knowledge of how to use it. And I bring up football, the Patriotic Man with Tom Brady. You can Google that. RFG Chosen One explains the Patriots, the Bath myth, the 6 rings, the goats, the 666 is the 666 is the completion of man. 999 is the destruction. The what's the word? Not the it's the destruction, but not the breakdown, but the pull away of man, to grab our spirits. That's what 99 is flipped upside down throughout history. We have said that. That's why no human can be recreated, because you need the soul. You cannot create a soul, and the soul cannot come to life. An understanding of how to be a soul can happen, and they learned that. So you're listening to people that's soulless. See, sololess. See, soulless. See, that's why I hate language. See how you can say I'm playing with the words, but that's how the words is taught. You can look it up for yourself. That's the way the words, the linguistics, and the language, the translation, the pronouns, the pronunciation, the vocabulary is set up. And what we need to stop doing, and I'll bring up the biracial quarterback, how the one drop was really started in opium. the football, black imagery is poor. Even when the black men in the National Football League Association, create something so Ray Rice can beat his wife, Tom Brady can cheat on his wife. We won't talk about Tom Brady because we need him as the GOAT. But with the GOAT of basketball, quote unquote, Michael Jordan, which it should be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, if we talking about the greatness start from birth to your end of your life. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have done that in per se of the order of basketball. Basketball alone. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would be the. But if we're going to use Tom Brady to GOAT, Tom Brady cheated on his wife, but we don't talk about it. Jordan did, but then Jordan was stigmatized as the dark man. So we got to start looking at that. And the reason I don't compare black and white, and this is where now the revelation to give to you is media is a mass order. And how we always say the blood, supreme, if you look at all the orders, they are in blood because they know in Christianization, we follow the blood, what we call the blood of Jesus. And since we call that the blood of Jesus, they use everything red. But the high class, now if we're going to say no nobility of African descent, dark people, the color is actually, that's why the movie Oprah was in is called The Color Purple. Think about that, the color purple. Purple is the high royal color, not red. Red, you can't use blood because even in alchemy, they have to filter the blood. They know blood is dirty. But that's why the water was cleansed. That's why you needed water. So that's why they needed the womb. Because within the womb, you can have blood and water, and that water can cleanse the child and keep the child clean. When the child hit the atmosphere, that's why we say you are conceived into the iniquity, well, the sin, the curse, because now the child finally became dirty. Because the iniquity on this earth, the spirit is dirty because we have not cleansed it. When the child now, what we should be really doing, what is new life, born again, we're going to clean the atmosphere. But it's going to take a while, but I'm seeing the way it's going. And I hate negativity, but I have to say this, black people, we are going to be destroyed. And now this is not, all of this is raw. I want to keep saying that because I haven't done separate things, separate lives on them or recording. The evil in all is deceitful. To understand evil, but will dishonor good. Exploit the good of the hearted. Because evil is not good. The heart will never be of good standing. Evil must be destroyed. Now, or hear this out. Or balanced to shape the heart of good. Evil must be destroyed. Now, remember the process of yin and yang. You need both. But we are only the underimplications that we have to have bad. So there would be no reason for me to do this. That is untrue. Because the spirit of, there are multiple, now I have to say this, gods are demons. Now, but of good spirit, there are multiple entities that obtain good spirit. Even with them, there is a battle. But you know how they work as we work. That's why we have such this is a harsh reality, and I made a live called Harsh Reality to explain that. This is a harsh reality we live in. They even work in subside of one each other. They're doing this. Remember how I explained the side by side, the hands. They are working together, but that don't mean they're working on the same plane. We have different areas to work with. So what are our weapons of choice? We got to defend our front. We got to defend our women, our hearts, and our minds. And we got to defend their hearts, their minds, and their womb. We have to defend because we both got to take on a burden. But and we got to remember this. Again, I got to keep saying this because I'm going to make logic and sense because natural and spiritual goes together. Logic and sense goes together. So how can you be spiritual without a natural? That means what I'm doing, that's like saying I'm really just a spirit, which we know that's not true because I damn sure if I take a knife and slash the hell out of myself, I'm going to feel some pain and I'm going to bleed and I'm going to have to go to the hospital. And if I stab myself in the heart in my brain, unless some divine intervention come in, I'm going to die in this natural body because those are organs that is needed for me to survive on this earth. Gotta understand that. I'm not gonna throw away logic and then hurt myself for the hell of it, then die. And I'll be a lost cause. The people that died was a lost cause. These young men in the street, these dark men, they were a lost cause. That was not what they were supposed to do. Somebody failed them, their fathers and their mothers. Because you got to remember, women, you have babies by dark men. Dark women have babies by dark men. We create dark kids. The woman helped raise them. The man supposed to help provide and protect. If you are not raising him the correct way, you're just as bad. And people want to say, because you spreaded your leg to open up. And the man, you picked a bad woman. You knew she wasn't of good seed. You knew that she wasn't a good soil to place your seed into. You are you have to think as that. We're not thinking as that. And it's not I'm not a parent, and I'm grateful that my seed did not implant into a woman. I did not lay it in soil. And that woman is bad soil. If a woman can all her whole time is bad mouth the man she was with, that's how we saying. That's why we call them, whoremongers. If she's a whore and you don't want to be a whore as her, why would you lay down with her? And then call her all types of names. Does that not make you a whore? That never made sense to me. So just as I see women say, black men, you will kill each other in the street, but be humbled by a white man. So that's why I don't do the assertion of comparing white men to me, because I can easily say to that dark woman, quote unquote black African descendant woman, you raised these dark men, didn't you? And for the what the spirit is overshining me with too today, assassin. They are assassinating our women, minds and hearts in their womb. The dark woman will look at a pale man as her savior. The dark woman will see he's amazing with no dark man in sight. So there's no dark man for her to look at. They already destroyed her womb and mind. But we won't see that. And she will do all her best to keep him alive. Because for somehow they got us believing that our dark women have done the best by us. I can say that's the untruth. I let 3 black women, dark women live with me. They all shitted on me. I've been in 6 relationships and they all shitted on me. And as you can see, I'm a very communicative person. There's nothing you cannot tell me. But since they were immature, they were not maturized. So they was immaturized. So they was immature. If I asked them what wrong, they couldn't tell me. If you say I don't know, I can't help you, and if I can't help you, and if you can't help yourself first, how can I help you? And then if there was a real answer and she withheld it, that was on her. If you withheld understanding, so discovery is the discover, to uncover, to take off. So if you can't discover what's wrong with you, I can help you, but we got to find and seek together, or you got to allow me. The dark woman stopped allowing us to do the things we needed to do. And people say that's weak. A man did no. I cannot force myself to tell a woman that I am a good man after I show her. She has to take part in this too. So if she want to take on the burden, she don't want to take the burden, she have to shut up. Because as she talk more, she's disrupting and corrupting more women. And with no dark man in sight, he is eliminated and is not added to the picture. They took us out of the picture. Dark men are no longer part of the picture with the dark woman. Dark women have two hearts. They decide which side she chooses to be on. And I say by that, she has a mind. They say the mind is cut in half. So the heart is big. It pump and it flow blood to each part of the body, voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary, we know it has to go there. Involuntary is doing it without is knowing it has to do it, but it have no structure. But the structure is the heart. The heart know that it has a reason in the organ in your body. So with the dark woman, she has to see a reason. If she don't see a reason, I cannot force her to. Don't matter how much I protect and provide. She has to see the reason. And we can't force them to. That's why I say shalom to all the dark women that marry dark men. Because every choice, the dark man is not there. He is evil. Media gave us that plight. So now media has gave us the plight, which is controlled by the supreme order, the new world order, the people of the disciples, the true disciples, the 12 seats, the 13 zodiacs, the signs they all gave to us. So now we're following their patriarch without the matriarch. If we had the matriarch, this would never happen. But the woman womb was destroyed. The woman mind is destroyed. Their womb is okay, but the womb is destroyed once our seed with the dark woman and the dark man has not placed the seed into her soil. Now she is allowing every other race of man. She is diluting her sinner, her deoxyribonucleic nucleic acid. So the bloodline and lineage is now polluted and diluted and it's weakened. Even if she birthed a man, he's not a dark man anymore. He's a man after the father seed. And if the father seed is of Euro or Caucasoid origin, he's no longer a dark man. That's why it's called mixed, mulatto, or biracial. It's a river that flow that we're going to throw into the sea, the brimfire, the stone, the hell, that the woman is going to find hell. So the originality of slavery came from hell. Hell is the sea of fire, the brimstone, to keep us divided and separated. And they took the woman, and a woman was the first woman attacked. The person attacked of dark people was the woman, because the woman went into the serpent bearer. The white woman, the Euro woman, have tricked her and told her to follow her, but she was already told by the sinner, the greatest entity, our creator, the almighty, the father with the mother, with the son, to say, you should not go on his way. But they even changed that and said, well, you should love one that treats you good. I ask dark women what type of man you want. They say the one that treats you good. I say no preference. She would say, I prefer, and it is normally not of a dark man origin. So I say, cool. I was like, and she'd say, why you want to stop talking to me? My preference is dark women. I don't want to dilute in my power that I have, and I don't want my child to be weakened. Even at the stage we at, we might have a little colonization, but we're not full blown like the Caribbeans or the Japanese. The plight of dark people is being destroyed, and the dark meat is being destroyed. So now, and even in Africa, the Japanese man, she's protecting because he's the closest to her. We're here. I'm in America. That's 6,000 miles away. That's a strong travel. But I know if we can get our minds right, we got to incorporate real African and African descendant people. We have to take the burdens and take them on together. And if you don't know, if you take on burdens together, they become lighter. He said, your burdens will become lighter. The creator said this. He wasn't talking to him. He said, I can't take your burdens. I'm not here. I have sent you help. I have gave you a man to provide and protect you, but you don't want that. You want the other nations that destroy you. So that what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's our path. It's our journey. It's our choice. Shalom. We're going to choose wisely now. I hope you felt this in the spirit. Hope you are receiving your spirit again. The plight on you is upon us, not the next generation. If we fail, the next generation. So my nephew, if he cannot receive enough information at 19, they will start being the complete failure of our demise.